Webby, you're sitting sixth now. Finals are a real possibility. Do you talk about it yet?
Um, we talk about obviously putting our best foot forward every game. It's certainly a goal of ours to get there, but we've got a fair bit to do to get through it. We've got a really important match tomorrow against Geelong, and then 5 days between us and then Hawthorn. So there's some challenges ahead, but something we always strive for.
Seven straight behinds on the game on the weekend. How do you fix scoring in the next few weeks?
Yeah, it's certainly a challenge. Kicking between the big six is always the goal, and sometimes it's a little bit more challenging. Once again, conditions probably played into a little bit. We kind of left a few still out there, but it's the first time those girls have worked together, which is kind of an exciting one for us. Obviously, with the loss of Anya, there's the challenges with the makeup of that forward line, but I thought they handled it really well. Obviously, seeing TK's couple of goals, and then obviously Ari had some really good contested marks down there. So it's an exciting time for us, but it's going to take a little bit of time to gel.
Do you put extra emphasis on those scoring, drills or whatever this week at training?
Not really, to be honest. We're not really training that much. We've got captains run this afternoon, but no one goes out there to purposely miss them, that's for sure. But, credit to the Saints' pressure. They put us under a lot of pressure, and, it made those, shots that little bit more challenging. But certainly a focus for us, will be to score more. But, it is going to take some time.
Webby, your on the road performances have been tracking along nicely. What are you putting that down to?
No, we just love getting away together. I've said it a few times. We're a connected group. We love getting away. We're down in Geelong at the moment. It's absolutely beautiful, but it's really clear on what we want to do, and that's obviously put forward two really strong performances, one down and obviously one to go. When we get away, obviously, there's not the challenges of work and everything like that. So the girls get to, really focus on footy. They get to enjoy a little bit of a break. We've got a lot of teachers, so it's a bit of a break for them. But, we return with a really clear focus as to how we want to perform tomorrow.
How's the makeup of the group looking health-wise, and Dana East as well? Just how's she tracking along with that concussion?
Yeah, she's going well. Obviously, the challenge obviously is that concussion, but Gabby O'Sullivan looks like the one to bring in for that. Obviously, she missed her week now, and she's been in really great form. Obviously, it is disappointing for Eastie. She's been banking some really strong performances, but as we said before, it's that next person in, and I think Gabby is raring to go.
Do you look to tag the likes of Prasparkas or Morrison, or do you sort of back your midfield in to get the job done? But they sort of seem to be the two key influentials dictating the game for Geelong at the moment.
Yeah, certainly. We kind of went pretty hard on Nina Morrison last year. We know she's a really impressive player. Prasparkas as well, we've certainly looked at in previous years. But, it's one of those ones we'll toss up. We'll have a few plans for obviously how we navigate them. But I think our midfield's been going really well. Some really strong performances inside there. And we certainly back our midfield. And obviously Mim's been in fantastic form as well. So, they're certainly two very, very good players. But one we think we've got, the midfield mix to make it work as well.
Who gets the job on Maloney? She looks like she's also been impressive in front of goals, a couple of 3-goal hauls for her as well.
Yeah, I know. That could be a good one as well. Maybe a Gabby O'Sullivan, considering I throw around everywhere. Now, we'll just have to wait and see. We've got a few options for her. She's been in great form as well, extremely athletic. And, we know she can certainly kick some really important goals. I watched the game again last night. So she's going to be a challenge to come up against. But our backs are in good form as well.
Yeah, what have you made of Ash Brazza's performance over the last couple of games? She sort of seems to just be that stoic defender. She added to the group what you've wanted to get out of her since recruiting her?
Yeah, certainly. She's, I think, just exceeded all expectations in terms of she can actually play anywhere on the ground. Just having a left foot is really important as well. Just the way that she can take the game on and sees the game and can obviously, execute really well with her left. But to be honest with you, the other stuff is how important she is for us as a leadership, and she's really great down there to support the likes of Em, who they can kind of play fairly similar in what they do, but she's a great leader down there, great role model, and her professional standards are absolutely unbelievable. And she's been a great help to me because we've both got both of our kids on tour, so it's been a wild one, but one that we wouldn't have it any other way.
Just last one from me, just with the goal kicking. Is it a skill execution thing, or is it a confidence thing, given the girls kind of coming into that role are relatively inexperienced?
Yeah, it's certainly a bit of both. I mean, you can kind of measure that in front of the big sticks, but there's certainly other elements of the game off half back and through the midfield where we're missing targets, and the girls, I can promise you, are working really hard on what they do. They certainly don't go out there to miss. The pressure though we've been under, we've played in two really tight games where the pressure's been really strong, and so that makes it even more challenging. But it's something that we work on really hard. RNTK come in and play a lot of forward time last week, and they haven't spent a lot of time there, in the previous round. So it's something that's going to take time, but we just got to back our players in as we do, and we're sure we'll, keep building on that.
Sorry, just actually last one. Can I just ask about Geelong quickly? What have you made of them as a team? It seems they're 15th on the ladder, but I mean, they went right up to the Hawks last week as well. Do you see them a little bit underrated given where they're at in their season?
Yeah, I certainly wouldn't underrate them. I think they're a really, really good team. They were dominant, against us last year. They've got some fantastic players, and they've had some really challenging teams they're up against. So we certainly don't underestimate them. It was a great game watching them the other night. They've got, high scoring power. So certainly down in Geelong, playing on their home deck, I think they're going to be a real force to be reckoned with. But we're excited for that challenge.
Last one from me, Webby. With that forward line, do you stick to that or do you make changes? Are you happy with the way it looks?
Yeah, there's not, a lot of, 6 foot plus girls walking around. So I certainly think that the girls that we had down there were super impressive last week, highly competitive. I mean, Anya does come out of the team, does change things for us, but we've said from day dot that, Ari's been really strong for us. I thought she was impressive last week, and TK and Epps as well. They're our 3 taller players down there, but it's also important for our smalls to continue to build and get to work. We've obviously got mids that rotate forward, and, we saw a different mix with Tux come in last week. So she's an exciting small forward. So they're the kind of opportunities that they need to kind of continue to build on. But the first time together against St Kilda on the weekend, obviously glad we kicked a few, but we'd always like to kick more.